Miller joins us, lineman, incredible. We've had an opportunity to talk on many occasions, and thank you for being here and willing to answer some questions today.
Of course.
All right, so as we get started, Peyton, just a couple things that I want to ask. You had a pretty stellar freshman year as freshman years go. How are you building on the things that you've learned to prepare for the season that's in front of you?
Just working every day. I mean, so many people told me I had such a successful freshman year, and I don't like to get that to my head because I got 3 more years to play, and I got to get better every year, and I got to keep proving myself. I can't just let my freshman year be my standard, so I got to keep growing and getting better as a sophomore, junior, senior.
That's great. Part of that feeds that ego, right, is some of the stuff you do over the summers. You know, you get to go to places and see things and experience schools and see this stuff that happens at these camps. You had a busy summer schedule, right? And so you had an opportunity to be coached by quite a few people over the summer. What are some lessons that you've learned or some skills that you sharpened over the summer that you're ready to like put into the game right now?
Oh, for sure. Physical strength, working in the weight room every day with Coach Russell has been a great thing. Compared to last year, I was not as strong as I would like to be, and this year it's definitely a more thing that I built over the summer, and that just footwork overall and speed, and it's gonna all play a bigger role this next year, and it's gonna show for sure on film and everywhere else.
So, since we all know you guys on the line don't get a lot of love, tell me a little bit about the guys you're lining up with and what you see for the new year ahead with these guys.
Oh, for sure. I'm close with all my guys from left to right. I mean, I'm close with all of them, and we work every day together. We laugh together. We bleed, we sweat, everything. We go through everything together, bad days, good days, and it's just, I mean, even Zai gives us credit all the time. I mean, I can't not show him love either. So, but I love my O-line. I mean, we're gonna be great this year for sure. I mean, maybe even better than last year. We're gonna make sure we get our guys where they protected and they don't get hit as much.
Good deal. So, is there a school or a game that you're really looking forward to playing this year?
Oh, the first one. I'm ready to get after them Tennessee boys for sure. They're not ready. They're not ready to come down to Texas and play us.
So tell me what the best part of your job is on this team.
Oh, for sure. I mean, now that I stepped up into more of like a leader role, since I'm older, it's for sure that. But then like being able, I mean, I just like to be a leader for sure, and like be good teammates with all my guys. Don't hold any grudges or anything, and be like a team. Be like a family. So for sure.
Okay, so look, we saw you get mic'd up over the summer during a 7-on-7 game, and I'm really curious, how much editing did they have to do?
Oh, probably just a little bit. I mean,
oh, really?
I had to watch what I said. I mean, I forgot the mic was on me at sometimes, but I said some things, but the good thing they had an editor out there so they could edit it out for sure.
Peyton, thanks for always being fun on top of everything else. It's football, and there's just a lot of stuff that's going on in and out of a game. We're super excited to look forward and watch what happens this season. Thanks for answering some questions for us today.
Oh, yes, for sure. Thank you for having me.
We're joined by Eric Bowen. Thank you for taking some time to answer questions with us today.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So, listen, we talked to a couple players that have been coming off an injury, and you yourself had to deal with an injury. Kept you out of spring ball, right? And
yes,
so you got to watch a lot of ball. But how has the recovery process been, first of all? Like, how are you feeling?
I feel great. I'm ready for the new season. I feel 100%. I'm ready to get in there with my team and go for another state championship this year.
Well, what kind of things have you been doing to make sure you're ready, like to prepare yourself?
Yes, sir. I've been going through physical therapy, and then I've switched to DB, so I've been training for that as well with Coach McCutcheon. And then Miss Miller has got me through this injury, getting better this season for upcoming.
Thanks. So you touched on it a little bit. So you're switching sides of the ball this year. What's the change been like, and how are you adjusting to defense so far?
I'm adjusting well, especially with our new coach, Coach Sevier. He's been tackling it. We've been tackling on the defense and everything that I need to know for this upcoming season.
Yeah, this is almost an entirely brand new unit this season. What is something that people might be overlooking on the defensive side of the ball?
I feel like our fundamental skill We are definitely have a better fundamental skill than last year. Last year was a lot of power, but I feel like we're better fundamentally this year. And then once we get that power, we're going to be a powerhouse for sure.
I like it. So in terms of, we're asking a lot of the players this question, right? In terms of a game, maybe even some competition, a player that you're looking to play against or looking forward to playing against this year. Are there anything as you're looking out there and you see like, man, that's going to be a great test. I can't wait to get into that environment. Is there one game or even a competitor that you're thinking about?
Definitely. I want to play the Lovejoy receiver, number 11, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he's going to FSU. I want to play him for sure. Definitely.
Well, anything in your transition in this year that you feel like you want to communicate, and anything that you want to say before we wrap up here?
We'll be back. Promise.
All right, man. Thank you so much, Eric, for taking some time to sit with us, and hope you have a great year.
Yes, sir.
All right, we are joined by George Rogers. Thanks, man, for joining us today.
Yeah, thank y'all, for sure.
Well, so you've done some shifting, right? Some things are changing in your football career. You're moving to the other side of the ball this year. So how do you think your offensive experience is going to help you on the other side, on this defensive side of the ball this year?
Easy. I feel like I'll be able to predict the running back, where he's gonna move, his cuts, and yeah, really I can read, and I'll be able to read the gaps, and I'll be able to read the receivers and stuff like that. Yeah.
How are you feeling in that regard? Like as you practice, is it starting to kind of turn into second nature? Are you feeling pretty comfortable?
Yeah, it feels good because I played defense at my old school, so I really know how to play defense and stuff like that. Yeah. And then Coach McCutcheon, Coach G, all the DB drills they done taught us got me better for sure.
Good. So, who beside yourself are you really impressed with on this defense this year?
Eric, my boy Eric. Who else? Flanagan. We got a lot of young guys that stepped up. So with this whole new defense, I think our new defense is really athletic. So I feel like we'll be able to fly around like better than we did last year.
Excellent. And what's the mentality around the locker room and facilities coming into the season as a defending champion? Do you feel that's made the team hungrier, giving y'all an edge in any way?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I feel like we're more hungry. We want more, and it's just like we're not satisfied. Yeah.
So in terms of this year, for you, looking ahead, when you get to the end of the season, what's that going to look like if you look back and evaluate, like George Rogers has had a successful season, if what? How do you measure that for you?
Can you say it again, please?
Yeah, like just in terms of goals that you have, what kind of goals do you think you need to meet by the end of the season, right, to say that was a great season?
Win another state championship. Win another state championship. I feel like win another state championship and go undefeated.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Now, are there any personal things on the actual gameplay for you? Like certain things you want to do? You want to I want to get this stat every game, or I want to execute this thing.
At least like 2 interceptions and 2 touchdowns, something like that. Try to go 2 for 2.
Man, if you get 2 interceptions and 2 touchdowns every game, I'll tell you what, there's going to be a lot of happy coaches.
Yeah, that'd be real sweet.
Man, well, George, thank you for taking some time to answer some questions. You did a great job. We're thankful to have you today.
Yes, sir.
Guys, we're joined now by Kaden Stribling. Kayden, thanks for joining us today. We appreciate it very much.
Thank y'all for being here.
So defensive line play is sometimes overlooked outside of big sacks. Tell us something about D-line play that most people do not know about.
For D-line, we got to go through a lot of drills to get better at it. So, like, if we do something once, we got to keep going over it. Like, our coaches teach us, if we do it over again, we're going to get better at it every day. So, like, our get off, it got to be good. Sprint through everything to get to the receivers when they throw screens or anything.
Excellent. So how has Coach Severe been coming in as a new defensive coordinator, and what are some of the things he's done to set all of you up for success this season?
He's been on us hard, just like Coach Ramos was. He's not. He's a very good coach, and we got good. We gonna be very good.
So in terms of that, right? There's ways to measure that, right? There's ways to measure when you're good. So one of the questions we have for you are what are some of the things you're going to use to measure that by, and what are your personal goals going into this season?
Oh, to be honest, we want to go in there and think of we don't want to count them down. Like we want them as a higher perspective. So we want to go in there and play as hard as we can. And as D-line, we gotta step it up because a lot of people counting us down.
So what is that mindset? How do you translate that goal, that idea, into an everyday mindset? What are some of the things you guys are telling yourselves or practicing and rehearsing going into this season?
Just keep pushing. In our drills, we got to just sprint through everything we do. We got to do everything at 100 every day.
Sorry. You guys are coming into the season on the heels of the Death Squad that still hasn't allowed a touchdown to Chapel Hill, by the way. What do you guys need to do to live up to the reputation and expectations of last year?
We got to be wait, can you repeat that again?
So
My bad.
how do you feel what do you guys need to do to step up to meet the expectations that were set by defense from last year's team?
We got to work hard. That's what we did last year. We worked hard every day. We really wanted it, and this year we want it too. We're tired of people bringing it up last year. We got it this year too.
Nice. Thank you. Once again, Kayden, thank you for being here. We really appreciate your time, and good luck this year, man. Hope you kill it.
Thank you.